Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gen X Nation. Everything on this channel is alleged and, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Let me put down my water hose and get to work because there's a lot I need to talk about. I'm going to try to make this short and sweet and stick to the topics. First things first, before we do anything, I want everybody to remember to vote. Please, if you don't do nothing else in your lifetime, vote like your life depended on it. This is a very, very, very important election. I'm sure you guys know this. And we need to make sure that we put the right people in place to make sure that our interest is being looked at and being sought and that we can also benefit from it. Please don't focus on the gender or the color of the candidates. That seems to be the biggest issue. I don't care if you black, blue, white, or purple. I vote for the best qualified person, period. Qualifications is what matters. Experience is what matters. And who do you want to represent you on a worldwide global stage? Who do you want sitting in front of kings and queens in other nations representing the United States? Who do you trust to do that correctly? Okay? Put that in your brain cells. Also, look at your local elections. Look at who's running for a superintendent if that's an elected position. In some states it may be, in some states it may not be. Look who's running for city council. Look who's running for the judges and district attorneys and local positions in your cities and your towns, communities, or township parishes, wherever you live at. Look at who you put in on these benches, because a lot of people feel like, oh, the justice system is not fair, or my tax dollars is going here, and my school kids, my child's school is not getting this and that. Look who you put in place. Who's your representative? Who's your senators? Who's your congressman? Who represents you at your state levels? Look at who you put in place. Make sure that the people you put in place represent your interests. It's trying to help you, not only represent the 10% or the 5% or the 30% that represents everybody. There are a lot of judges and district attorneys out there that you see on the news every night that ain't doing what they're supposed to do and saying some things they shouldn't be saying. And it makes you wonder, hey, is this why this person always putting certain people behind bars and giving them excessive time for the same crimes that other people commit who get less time? We question that and we ask about it, but the biggest way we can help and stop that from happening is to get off our behinds and go down there and vote. Stop complaining about it and stop letting people use sound bites to make you sway your decision one way or another, or promising you stuff. Every politician on every side of the fence promised stuff, whether it's a Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green Party, whatever. They all promise stuff. And most of the time, a lot of it doesn't come through. So stop making it feel like, oh, they promised this, they promised that, and they're not going to deliver. All politicians lie. You can only do so much. You got to have a Congress and a Senate that support that. And if some of y'all don't understand that, either the schools aren't teaching civics and government classes anymore, or some of y'all need to go back for refresher courses. I don't know what it's like. I've been out of school a long time. I am Gen X, though. But when we was in school, we did learn some stuff about how government worked. We did learn about how bills are passed. We did learn about how laws are passed. We learned about the Constitution. We had to memorize certain parts of it. We had to understand the Bill of Rights. I don't even know if they teach that anymore, again, because most schools have converted to teaching the tests. So maybe some of that stuff has gotten wiped off the curriculum. But if you don't know, take some time and research it. I know y'all busy on TikTok and Instagram and all of that, but take some time and learn how this works, because you may not think it affects you today, but I can guarantee you when your kids and your grandkids start growing up, it definitely will affect them. And with that being said, we're going to get on to the first topic at hand, and that's going to be this 90-Day Fiance on TLC. Good Lord. When I tell you 90-Day Fiance on TLC really needs to be reevaluated at how they select people for this show. I know a lot of people want to be famous, and probably half of America and half of the world is trying to get on some type of reality TV show at some point to get their name out there so they can probably flip it into something and make money off of it. Everybody wants celebrity status. Everybody wants to be famous. But you got to start maybe looking at possibly doing some type of, and I'm sure they do it, I would hope, some type of psychological evaluations on some of these people on these shows. Because what I see on the screen, and again, I understand they edit shows and edit scenes to make it, exciting for people to watch and to get viewership. But I'm going to talk about Angela and Michael that were on that show. Very toxic. I believe they finally kicked Angela off the show after about 4 or 5 seasons. She was toxic from day one. When she used to go up there in Nigeria, fly over there to harass Michael, tearing up his cars every 5 minutes, cussing him out, screaming at him, cigarettes sticking out her mouth, cocked eights deuce, telling him, you want to be in America and, this and that, and I'm going to do this to you. And she was just, he wanted a child. She said she got one egg and she gonna have her daughter tote the egg for her. It was just a hot mess. As I said we say back in our days, a hot ghetto mess. It was just a hot mess. But as the series went on and Angela started getting famous, she lost a little weight, started doing her little thing. She started getting real cocky. And she started being very, very disrespectful to Michael to the point where I would cringe every time they come on the screen because I couldn't stand to hear her voice. And all she would do is scream and holler at that guy. Now, on the flip side, Angela was kept saying Michael's a scammer. He just trying to get here. Well, if he was a scammer, Angela, you had plenty of time to leave him back in Nigeria. So apparently you was okay with him scamming you as long as you was getting camera time. That's what it looked like to me. If I'm getting some camera time, me and Michael can scream. Michael stayed on the TV screen and monitors every reunion. Every time every time the show came on, she's on FaceTime, on laptops and stuff. He wasn't in the United States. But if she couldn't find him for 5 minutes, she'd hop on a plane so fast and fly over to Nigeria. And I was thinking, where is this lady getting all this money to just hop on planes and pay these thousands of dollars worth of plane tickets, flying to Nigeria to check on Michael and tear up his car with her sidekick girl who went there with her? So I'm thinking TLC must be paying her a little bit of money, or she's starting to really, make a little money off this fame. Fame is a terrible drug. Rick James told us that a long time ago. It's a terrible drug, fame. People want it, but when they get it, some just don't know how to handle it. And I just always thought Angela hops on the car at the drop of a dime and head her behind over the night. I mean, not in the car, on the plane, and heads her behind over to Nigeria. Every time she can't find Michael or Michael pissed her off, she headed to Nigeria to go check Michael. That was just the weirdest thing to me. And I don't know, maybe I'll be thinking too logically, like I said. But I'm like, how in the hell is Angela getting on these doggone airplanes when at the drop of a dime? Is she maxing out credit cards or something? It just didn't make sense. But they continued to just let it roll, thinking it was entertainment. No, for me, I didn't find it as entertaining as other people. At first it was, piqued my curiosity. But the way she just kept mentally abusing Michael, pushing him, throwing stuff, tearing stuff, screaming at him every 5 minutes with them Marlboro cigarettes hanging out her mouth and cocking her beer or whatever. It was disgusting. And like I said, when she lost that weight, you couldn't tell Angela nothing. As that song's, you can't tell me. You couldn't tell her nothing. You couldn't tell her she was fine. And everybody was hyping her up. Angela, you look so good. You lost all that weight. And her head just got swole. And she thought she could just talk and treat Michael anyway. Michael finally get to the States. And he had to run away from her. I'm not going to go into all the details of the show and what happened on scene. I'm sure y'all have heard it a zillion times. If you haven't, go check 90 Day Fiance. Google it. You'll see how abusive she was to him. They got videos everywhere. But he finally makes it to America. And then he runs away. And she on, social media, boo-hooing, I can't find Michael. And then all of a sudden she realized he ran away from her abusive, but he's a scammer. He just only wanted to come here to get to America. This and then she started trying to turn everybody against him. But Angela, it didn't work. It didn't work because you were the problem. You had anger management issues you never addressed. You never addressed it. And people start feeling, even if Michael scammed you, we were okay. We were happy that Michael got away. If he got away legally and did a false marriage with you and just to get a green card, good for him. And I hope he has a wonderful life in America. For what he had to endure for that green card, he earned every bit of it. And I bring them up to say this. TLC, what? WTF? Not again. You got a new couple on there. Rayanne, whatever her name is, Ryane, I think it's Rayanne. and Chidi, Chidi, Chidi. They in Ghana, I believe. Michael and Angela were from Nigeria. Same scenario, but worse, because as angry and crazy as thought Angela was, this lady is delusional, who looks like she need to be not even, I don't think they even evaluated this lady mentally. This lady, from the first time she started talking, I knew she had a mental issue. And I'm not making fun of people who have mental health issues. Please, this is all allegedly and in my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. I think something is really wrong with her and she needs to go get a medical professional to check her out. A mental health professional to check her out. Because she is I've never, as much as, like I say, Angela was all over the place and a lot of her stuff was just screaming and shouting, just angry. She was very abusive. This lady is, the abuse is there per se, but she makes my skin crawl. She seems like some type of evil type. Something about her ain't sitting right with my soul. She's evil and she needs psychological evaluation and possibly she needs to go get some mental health. The way she talks to that man, this man is blind. Yeah, at some point he had sight and he had some incidents as a child and ended up losing sight in both his eyes. I feel sorry for him. And I'm sure just like anybody else in the world, you want a companion. That lady talked to him, according to her, like 4 years, 5 years or something, I guess, over the internet. I don't know how, you never seen her. I guess he just heard her voice. And she reached out to him, I'm assuming. And they developed this friendship / relationship. And she just loved him and that's her boy and she's going to go to Ghana and they're going to, do whatever. Now, mind you, she lives back in America. I forget what state. She lives with chickens. And I don't mean just having a chicken coop in the backyard. I mean, she literally lives with chickens. She loves chickens. They walk around her house. She sleeps with them. Just that tells you right there something ain't right with you. Because if I ain't mistaken, I think chicken gives you salmonella or something. I'm sure one of those diseases. But yeah, I wouldn't be laying up with no chickens like that. Okay. And, she's, the show starts with her, telling us about what she, how she met him and she's going to Ghana to see him and all of this stuff. But she gets over there and acts a plum fool from day one. Now, mind you, this young man's family, he lives with his sister. He is blind. His sister and his brother-in-law takes care of him. They help him, he's, how a person with certain disabilities, they have things set up for them correctly so they can be able to get around and, function as normal as possible. But they're also sensitive to other things because they have one of their five what you call is missing. So when one is missing, the other things get more sensitive. So and I forget the name, but I'm old now, so I'll be forgetting stuff. But the sister fixes up her bedroom, sets the bedroom up for her to come so she can stay there. And the lady, fast forward, she gets to Ghana and just acts just so disrespectful in them people houses. And I think she was just disrespectful because she just wanted that man to sleep with her. And she was just mad because she couldn't. I mean, she had to fly all the way to Ghana to get somebody to sleep with her. She had to fly all the way to Ghana to find a blind African to sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? And even he can feel something was wrong with her soul, just by her energy and not being able to see her. And so he says, hey, I can't do that. It's against my religion. He is a Muslim and he's taking this vow of celibacy or whatever the case may be. He's not doing anything like that until he gets married. And she just trying to convince him. I'm like, are you trying to date rape the dude or something? He doesn't want to sleep with you. Respect his religion. And that's another thing. I'm cut right here for a second. On this show, these people go to these other countries and expect them to change. You can't go to a Muslim country or go to Thailand or go to Japan or wherever and expect them to adapt American culture because that's how you do it in America. You ain't in America. You're in their country. When they say when you're in Rome, do as the Romans. When you're in their country, you got to do what the hell. You got to make it work like they make it work. So of course, a lot of these countries aren't exactly fully developed countries like America is, so they do things a little different. You should be There's no reason for you not to be aware of that. You can Google any country in the world and see what customs are, what traditions are. You can see pictures of the country, all of that. So stop acting shocked when you get there and you see things that you don't see in America. You can see it right there on Google, right there on your internet. Flip up your laptop. If you can flip that damn laptop up to find you a boyfriend overseas, you can surely flip it up to look at what their country, how their country is operated, how they run, what their customs are, what their traditions are, what their culture is. This is bullcrap to me. I'm like, this is so fake. Let me get back to Sheedy. Okay, Sheedy said, he got some religious things going on. He not going to sleep with her. And she's like, well, I just want to lay next to you. And she's getting upset because he won't do it. So, of course, they go around town. She gets into it with his sister because they go shopping in the open market and she picks out a chicken. She wants to make her a dinner. She didn't give you her bedroom. She's trying to make you a traditional African dinner. She goes pick out a live chicken and she gives her this look. You better not kill that chicken. You better not. I would not eat it. And I'm like, once again, we are in their country. This is their culture. And you're disrespecting this lady because she is trying to be hospitable to you, cook you a traditional meal, show you how they do stuff, and you freaking out on her. And she gives her a look like, okay, something ain't adding up with this woman, but I'm going to let that slide. They get, the show goes on. They do some walking and talking. But I want to talk about a particular incident where she was in, I guess, the bedroom. They got into an argument and she wanted to take some time off with Sheedy and go off to, I guess, a hotel by themselves and hang out. He said he doesn't want to do that. Now remember, he's a Muslim, so he shouldn't be doing that anyway. But he said, no, I'm fine here. And the sister wasn't very comfortable with him doing that. And of course, that's her brother. She's not comfortable because I don't know you. I know y'all been on the internet for 4 years or so. This is the first time I've met you. I'm concerned about my brother's safety. I've been taking care of him. I know how to get him out and about town, and I'm just not going to release him to you until I feel comfortable that you are able to take care of him how he needs to be taken care of based on his handicap. Not saying that he uses it as a clutch, but there are certain things he has to do. And the way you're acting, why would she feel safe leaving him with you? I don't get that. Something's wrong with you. But anyway, she blows up all over the house and she gets into it with the sister, packs her stuff. I'm out of here, acting all crazy with the people. It was just, you have to see that. It was just ridiculous. The brother-in-law tries to calm her down, like, just calm down. You don't have to be upset. And that face she made, she's going in, I'm out of here. I'm sick of you people just going in on these people. Just the disrespect. The sister looked like she was about to put some hands on her. The brother-in-law, thank God he pulled him back. But anyway, if you see the episode and see how she behaved and how she about lost her mind in there, going off on them, going off on Sheedy, I'm like, this is a blind man. He don't even know what's going on, really. He trying to figure out what's this energy, why you so upset. She's going to tell you what to do. Your sister doesn't allow you to do nothing and this and that. I'm like, she has been taking care of her brother almost his whole life. And in order for her to release him to you, she got to be comfortable with you and knowing that you're going to have his best interests at heart. And the way you was acting from the time you landed to that argument, she don't trust you. I wouldn't have left my brother with you either. And I damn sure I wouldn't even left my damn dog with you. All I'm saying is, Rain, if you really claim you love Sheedy and you ready to be with him, you need to go get checked out. You need to literally go get checked out. Talk to somebody and control that anger, because that was scary. Just looking at it through the picture, the television screen for me was enough. Made my skin crawl. Okay? And I'm saying this to TLC, y'all got to do better. Because this is the second time I've seen one of these women go over there to one of these countries and clown like that. And they seem to be the African countries, because they don't clown like that when they go to the Muslim countries or when they go to England or when they go to Thailand. I don't see them people clown like that over there. But it seems like to me when they go over there to those countries where people of darker complected skin, they think they can just do what they want to do because the goal is they want to come to America. America's so great, they'll do whatever for a green card. Everybody don't want to come to America. Some people like it right where they're at. America is not the place y'all think it is for everybody. So with that being said, TLC, WTF. Y'all really, really need to do better. Evaluate that particular couple for sure. All right, we're going to move on to the next topic. And I said I wasn't going to talk about this too much, but I'm trying not to talk about them too much. But y'all, it just got to be said. And this one, I ain't even going to be as nice as I was on Rain and Sheedy because this girl deserved every bit of this butt whooping I'm about to put on her. And whew, her name is what I like to call her the original cleanup woman. That's going to be Ariane Curry. I promise you, I don't like doing anything concerning this. Not say I don't like it. I know this show is just getting reviews all over the YouTube streets, but they keep giving you stuff to talk about. I'm going to stick to her though. I'm not talking about no cast members, none, because she ain't a cast member of the show, but she links herself to the show as much as she can possibly can, as much as she possibly can. So Ariane Curry, aka Coleslaw, Slow Slaw, Yuck Mouth, Teen Wolf, whatever you want to call her, she is the original cleanup woman to me. I really want you to really just stop all the BS. When are you going to grow the F up? Good Lord. You know that on the America's Next Top Model when Tyra Banks says, we were rooting for you. I'm not saying I was rooting for you to win and get somebody's husband. I was just hoping you would mature at some point. I was hoping that you would at some point stop taking that Negroes League, get a freaking brain of your own and say, you know what? Let me think back on my life. And what I did to that lady was really wrong. What I want that done to me. And people out here cheering that crap on, y'all are full of shit. I don't want to cuss too much on YouTube because I don't know how it works. And this is all allegedly, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. But Lord have mercy. This is ridiculous. You keep saying that you ain't thinking about her. I got all this stuff going on. I don't stalk mail, whatever. Well, let me just give you a couple of things. At least in Gen X Nation, me as a Gen Xer, we would call the shit stalking. I don't know what you call it today. One, you post a picture of a bodyguard and his wife with no regard to that man has a wife who ain't nowhere in this equation. Nowhere in this equation. You didn't even think about disrespecting her, about posting her picture out there. You're not thinking about what she has to go through. You're not thinking about what her family has to go through when they see her and her husband posted on your page and caught up in this bullcrap, you and Martell. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all only think about yourselves. Classic narcissistic behavior. Jason ain't done nothing to you. You don't even freaking know Jason. Ain't got no freaking connection to him. But you feel the need to post him and his wife's picture on your freaking page for what? But that's not stalking now. Or that's not doing what Martell tells you to do. No, you were setting up to kill for that interview y'all was supposed to get that kind of fell flat in y'all face. Yeah, she went there and talked crap about Mel, but there's a whole bunch of I hate Mel groups, so nobody cares about that. But y'all was coming with receipts. But you not thinking about, once again, because you so easily broke up a goddamn family, you don't care if you break up somebody else's family. If I was that man's wife, I'd roll right over there to wherever the hell you work at and live at and tell you, don't you ever in your freaking life post shit about me on your damn page. I don't know you. We ain't friends like that. You're not worried about it, but you got to be stalking his page. You don't know him. You're not connected to him in any way. Why would he even be posting on your page being Martell's freaking puppet? Get a freaking brain, you dingbat. Oh my God. It just doesn't make sense. Just like Mel said, what's that song, Telltale Signs? There's some telltale signs your ass is stalking her. You know, but you keep saying, I'm not stalking her. Why the fuck you so worried about her? You got the man. You got her husband, the guy you wanted. You got him. Y'all should be living happily ever after. 4 years later, her name's still in your freaking mouth. The only reason Martell should ever be talking about her is because maybe they have a court case coming up and he don't have a choice, so he has to go back and forth to court. But there is nothing that you need to be saying about her. She ain't doing shit to you. Oh, another sign you stalking her. As soon as she posts something about I'll be going live on TikTok for Goldie, hey, your ass on live. I'm gonna be doing something for Goldie. I'm gonna get my TikTok channel together. You ain't got no freaking followers for TikTok. Not that many people like you. And when they do follow you, they just follow to see what stupid shit coming out of your mouth. In order for you to be successful on TikTok, you got to have a lot of people who like you. I don't have a lot of followers because I ain't on TikTok and shit. And I don't have a lot of followers on my channel because I am just trying to get this channel off the ground. And I don't care if I get 1,000 followers or 100 followers. Don't matter to me because my life don't freaking depend on it. Because guess what? I have income. Okay? I have income. I was just fine before or after YouTube. So I don't care if I got 10 followers or 1,000. YouTube ain't gonna make or break me, TikTok or Instagram. Trust and believe that. Because that's what grown ass women do. We out here getting our businesses and our lives and our finances together. Okay? Doesn't matter if you got a man or not. Get your own shit too. So another reason. Why do you want to be on TikTok so bad and advertise the same crap, the same brand that Mel was advertising? But you ain't stalking Mel. Clothing line. Mel get a nice luxury clothing line come out with Jay Bolin, and then here you come. I'm gonna get my clothing. Girl, ain't nobody buying that shit. Ain't nobody buying that Temu shit. Literally, you are the biggest. I don't freaking get it. She got a luck. Research you on the internet researching the bodyguard. Go research Jay Bolin. Look who wears his clothes. Morris Chestnut just had one of his suits on. It's levels to this shit. You ain't there yet. Stop letting Martell gas you up, making you think, oh, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be the next male. And he took you around, few of his freaking friends, and you think you done something. He ain't take your ass to California though. Wonder why. You got your Temu clothing line, trying to act like you in some couture. Girl, sit down. But you telling me you ain't stalking Mel. Then you go out here, oh, I'm going to flex with Martell at the polo show. Ooh, look at us smiling. I'm not going to talk about the way you dress because maybe for you thought it was high fashion. But baby, you in Atlanta. That's all I'm going to say. That's what they do. The people at that show, that's what they do. So if you want to come there, you better have some labels on your crap. Okay? And stop wearing that same old raggedy purse. We done seen that little girl. I got Louis Vuitton purse, freaking bracelet, slides, and don't even consider myself a rich, but I can afford Louis Vuitton if I wanted. Matter of fact, I have it. Doesn't mean nothing to me because I don't give a crap about designer stuff. But you got that same damn purse. Go find some stuff nobody else got. Okay? You didn't learn nothing from Sheree. I guarantee you Sheree wouldn't have looked like that. Hot mess. Turned out to be a disaster. They ate your behind up on YouTube. Ate you up. Now you feeling some type of way. Then you get on there, once again, your Instagram live with your hair hanging down, looking like a freaking werewolf. Talking about, ain't nobody talking Mel. Then you try to low-key talk about her kids. Leave them damn kids alone. They ain't done nothing to you. They are innocent victims. But God forbid somebody say something about your kids. And I don't talk about children. But there's a lot I could say. But I don't do that because I don't talk about people's children. Leave them kids out your mouth. You probably saying that because they starting to get older and not care for your ass. But they only around you because their daddy is forcing you to be around them. So that's probably why you got a little attitude toward them. And note to self, when you go to an event like that, tell Martell, since he balling with Fendi on next to your ass, with your Temu dress on, tell him to get you a stylist. Fix your hair up right. Get you the right dress for that event. Because that dress, even though, it's polo match, but it just didn't, y'all ain't even color coordinate. You couldn't even find just a solid black dress or a solid white dress. If y'all going together, try to look together. He did that to appease you and to try to throw you out there to see what people is going to say and possibly maybe, oh, let me throw her out there because we need some talk because the reunion is about to be filmed and I need to get the people interested in the show again. You ain't going to be on that show, girl. Stop playing. You up here trying to flex in the Atlanta crowd. You flexing that crowd, you got to be ready to flex. Fendi and Temu don't go together, okay? Stop acting like they're using you to make money off the show or to get ratings. You are not that important. Don't nobody care. Only people who may be trying to use you is Martell. The rest of the people on the show can give two wooden nickels about you. If anything, you benefit from that show because people know who you are because you was a mistress. You benefited off the show because now your name is in everybody's mouth because you was a mistress. They're not benefiting off of you. Some people in that show already had what they had before they met you. The Fletchers was already in the real estate. Miss Nell was already doing her kinder care or whatever daycare she had. Nell was already balling. The Scotts was already doing constructions here and there. What's the name was still already doing credit repair. Stormy already had Canvas Beauty. How in the fuck did they benefit off of you being on that show? They already had some form of income or careers prior to the show. Nobody benefiting. If anything, you're the only one that got benefit because now people know who you are. You may have a little following, may have made $2 off the show, but that's about all you're going to get. It has been 4 years. Just move on. I promise you that male don't mention your name. Unless a conversation is being had and something comes up about the past and she may mention baby mama. That's it. That lady is literally minding her business and making and building her business. I say it again, there's levels to this shit. You ain't even got off the first stair because you so busy still caught in the past, playing this old petty bull crap. Oh, what man? Stop. Let that go. Build up from it. You're never gonna get where you want to get to if you keep just going back to Mel and what happened. We all know what happened. You cheated with her husband, got pregnant, they're divorced, you got him now. End of the story. We don't need to know no more. We know what part of your butthole Martell licked according to you. So just let it go. It's over. Move on and stop mimicking her. You're not gonna be her. It's just I can't with you. Get to the business, okay? You're sitting here, you don't have a story to tell. You're not inspirational. You're going to aspire, what? You aspiring all the side chicks in the world to break up families and homes? I don't know. I mean, they say you work at the nursing home. I don't know. I don't know if you do. I don't know if you don't. But you and it seem like Nell and Destiny, and I guess Kimmy's always, don't call her that. Destiny's like, oh, that's Martell's family. Nell shaking your hand. So the side chick brigade seems to be okay with you. Hang out with them. See if you can learn something. They seem to want to be your friend because anybody who hates Mel is a friend of Arion. That's for damn sure. That's for sure. Thinking you hurting Mel. You're not. That ain't how it works. I know your PR person is trying to get you rebranded and put you in some circles, but baby, you forever going to have that, as they say, that scarlet letter on you. People ain't going to want to be in your circles. And let me tell you, nobody really wants to know your story because there's nothing left to know. And if you're supporting her and thinking it's okay what she do, I'm going to say this. If you're out at a club or you're at a dinner or you're at a house party or somewhere and Arion's sitting there and your boyfriend, who happened to be a nice looking young man, is sitting there and you say, you know what, Arion, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Was you comfortable leaving her with your man for 10 minutes or so? Because if you are, then good to you. But if the answer is no, I won't leave her with my husband because she don't care if you're married or single or got a fiance. If you're comfortable with leaving Arion with your husband, your fiance, or your boyfriend, then so be it. Then maybe you trust her. But if anybody tell me, look me dead in the face, that they would not leave Arion with their man by themselves while they go off for 10 minutes to run to the store to get some more ice for the party or whatever. If your answer is no, then you already know you full of crap trying to support her. Because I'm going to tell you right now, a chick like Arion couldn't be at my house around anybody who has boyfriends, husbands, and fiance. I wouldn't even bring her around people like that because she has already said she don't care. Nobody's off limits. Even a person who's married with 2-3 kids wasn't off limits to this heifer. And now she with him smiling. And I get it. Maybe she really thought that's the love of her life. And maybe she is a lover. He is a lover of her life. And maybe that's the type of woman that Martell likes. Maybe that's the class he likes to deal with. From what I hear about his past, maybe that's what he's used to. But I'm just saying, if you're not willing or comfortable leaving her alone with your man, I don't understand how you sitting here trying to support her. I don't support the side chick brigades. I don't do that. Ariane, keep in mind, you cannot compete where you don't compare. And I know I posted that somewhere, maybe on somebody's Instagram reply or something. You can't. You will never compare to male, so stop trying to compare yourself to it. And I know you say, I ain't comparing to male. Yeah, you're not. But it's amazing. As soon as the show about to air, you pop up. It's amazing. As soon as something comes about male, you want to pop up. Again, I don't know who raised you and I'm not disrespecting that person, but somebody need to have a conversation with you. And I'm going to say this before I end this video. Humility goes a long way. You have no humility, you have no moral compass, and you really think you won this game. I win, I got the man, and smiling and shitting and grinning while you doing it. You are one of those diabolical type of women. You really are. And if y'all sitting around here hanging out with somebody like that, y'all are freaking crazy. Because I'm going to tell you, if you got a man that's doing better than Martell, or when Martell hit rock bottom and he smile at her and say, hey, I could give you more than he can, that heifer going to drop Martell and be right over there. And Martell going to be the one over there trying to beat up the guy. Because she already said, Martell won't let me talk to nobody. You a whole fucking grown ass woman. This ain't slave. You ain't a slave. What do you mean you won't let you talk to me? This is America. You free to do the hell you want to do. You choose not to talk to nobody. Because you are in love. And I know people say love is blind, but you need to take off them goddamn blinders and go get you some cataract surgery or LASIK or something, because you can't see a goddamn thing. That man has got you out here in these streets looking terrible, and you will not recover from this. I'm not saying you're not going to have a good life. I don't know. I'm not God. But what I'm saying is, if you want to rebrand and elevate yourself, what they're trying to do, it's going to take a lot. And the first thing it's going to take is for you to shut your ass up, get off the goddamn internet, do an apology. I don't even know if people accept it. Have some humility. Stop talking about people freaking kids and find your own freaking lane and stop trying to mimic what she do. And no matter what you say that you're not doing that, you are. You may be doing it subconsciously. Don't even realize you're doing it. But it seems to me, if Melody comes out with a goddamn sock line, you'll have some socks on sale next week. Think about it. Get your life together. You cannot compete where you don't compare. You cannot compare yourself to Melody. You're raised differently. 2 different classes. Y'all come 2 different education levels. Let it go. And for Melody, I understand completely. I would ignore this heifer too. Because at the end of the day, God will block your value from people who are not assigned to your destiny. She ain't listening to you. You blocked. You blocked. And that's why you can't succeed off of her. Because he's blocked that. God has already blocked it. And I got that from a lady on Sherry Shepherd. She has a book. I think her name is Amy. And I thought that was the right quote for you. He will block your value for people who are not assigned to your destiny. You and Martell ain't signed to her destiny. That's why your ass is blocked. And that's why she's soaring. Once again, it's levels to this shit. You need to get on the right one, okay? I'm not saying break up with Martell. You love him. But you need to fix the shit, and you need to fix it. And you need to sit your ass down somewhere, reevaluate, rebrand. Stop letting people tell you, pop out with Martell. Every time you pop out with him, they're going to go off on you. Eventually, we're going to be okay with it. But I'm just saying, you do it, and that's fine. We don't mind it. But then you go back home, and then you try to shade Mel again. Like, why you bringing her into it? If you got him, y'all out at the party, living y'all best life, that's it. You ain't got to bring her in. You ain't got to say nothing about her and her kids. Leave her alone. She mind her business. She didn't say shit about you and Martell being out. She know y'all out. But you still got to come in and try to shade her. It's never going to work. Get another game plan together. Because the shit you and Martell doing, y'all got to go back to the table and redo this game plan. Because this shit ain't working. Get your playbook out. That one ain't working. And with that, again, this is all in my opinion. This is all allegedly. And it's for entertainment purposes only. And with that, I wish everybody a good day. I want you guys to get out there and vote. As I said before, it's very, very important. And for the love of God, TLC, y'all need to start doing a better job at viewing the candidates y'all put on that show. All right, I'm out of here. Peace. Have a good day.